Hi everybody, this is Life with Leonard and welcome to another episode. Now on this channel I strive to motivate and inspire you to become the best version of yourself. I am particularly looking forward to spending the next couple of minutes with you. I've got some very special things that I would like to share with you today. Help you to overcome your shyness and social anxiety. Now, I've often heard shy people would say to someone like me, helping them to overcome their shyness and social anxiety, they would say something in the line of, well, it's okay for you, somebody like me, because I have no idea what it's like to be shy. I, for one, struggled with shyness and social anxiety for a very long time, especially growing up. In my teenage years, it was very challenging. I grew up on a farm at a time when people from farms were harshly discriminated against, perceived to be less than, like not worthy. Now, I know these are strong terms, but that was our unfortunate and very sad reality, whether it was said to your face or subliminal. You were made aware of where you come from and where you fit in. Another reason that I was shy and suffered from social anxiety was, growing up, I was very thin. I was a slender boy. And in the society that I was brought up in, there was a negative connotation to that. Can you believe it? I'm just thinking how much time and effort and money I spend today to keep fit and not to pick up weight, compared to a time when I just wanted to pick up weight. And even at school also, it wasn't easy. I have some school friends and people I know watching my videos. I know they do. They're not saying anything though. They're not, but they are here. I know that. Some people simply don't understand the effect of shyness and social anxiety on others. And that's why from the get-go, I want to assure you that you are not alone. When I was in high school, anxiety controlled my every move. I would avoid being around people, which was almost impossible. And even when I was around people, and my peers specifically, I was always aware of the space I'm taking up, as if you almost don't deserve it. You don't want to put the spotlight on you, the fear of being negatively judged once again. I used to struggle massively with shyness. It was the biggest problem of my life all throughout high school and during my early 20s as well. And as a young boy or man, being attracted to certain girls, I would never approach them or talk to them. I was simply too terrified of rejection. You micromanage everything. You always overthink things, like everything in your head. You overcomplicate the simple things. You do it so much that you get analysis paralysis. I don't even want to mention when my teachers, for instance, when you have to do a presentation in class, and truth be told, you know how many times I thought about not going to school on those days. I always went, but I'd be lying if I say to you now that those thoughts never crossed my mind. Just the thought of going to school the next day and having to stand up and explain in front of the class, that was even more terrifying. I had such a huge fear for when attention was diverted and focused on me. I would blush, I would turn red in the face and my ears, and some would exploit that, which in turn would draw more attention towards me. This might not be your exact experience, but I'm sure a lot of you can relate to this. But luckily, I was able to take back control of my life, take control of my destiny, and I want to assure you today, if I could do it, so can you. Because this is debilitating and it prevents you to live your life to the fullest and become the best version of yourself. Just thinking back, if you were to tell me at the time that I would be confident enough to start a YouTube channel. In fact, I have several YouTube channels now, and I'll leave a link to all my channels in the description below. So if you were to tell me that I would do this, and not just YouTube, I've been a radio presenter, I'm a preacher, I'm a mediator, a real estate agent, I'm a public speaker. All these things are completely contrary to what I once believed I was capable of. Let me put it to you this way. At the time, I couldn't even speak English. Or should I say, definitely not good enough English to have a conversation with you. My point is, don't you ever feel like you are the only one. The truth is, there are lots of people who struggle with shyness and social anxiety, and you wanting to break out of your shell. It's not easy and doesn't magically happen overnight. It takes time and effort and a desire from your side to change. And I can assure you, just by you still being here with me, watching right now, you are on the right track. For me to comfort and to encourage and to support those who are overlooked and underestimated by others, those things comes naturally, and I pride myself in it. And the very same people who pick on you, you have no idea how many of them have reached out to me over the years, asking me for handouts, for opportunities, asking me to put in a good word for them. I can't even begin to tell you. But today I want to share with you just a few tips on how you too can overcome your shyness and social anxiety, because you can change, and I'm going to help you. This is one of those videos that you have to watch to the end. So even if you have to pause right now, you close that door, finish the dishes or whatever you are busy with, because I would like your undivided attention. You need to understand that in order to feel more confident and secure in your interaction with others, you've got to confront and face your fears, even if it's just taking baby steps. And I promise you that the results will pay off. So the first thing I want to do is explore the reasons why you are shy. Let me tell you, shyness is not really who I am. It's not who you are. You're not really shy. And by identifying yourself as being a shy person, you are perpetuating the problem. You are giving it power, even if it's a label that others put on you. Don't buy into it. Don't latch onto that label. Don't allow yourself to be defined by someone else's opinion about you. There is a well-known quote that says, "What's your thoughts? They become your words. What's your words? They become your actions. And what's your actions? They become your habits. What's your habits? They become your character." And you know, what's your character? It becomes your destiny. You have to recognize that shyness is something that you can overcome in life. You can. It doesn't have to be a static feature. It's not who you are. Yes, you are going through it, but you can overcome it. I don't imply that you now suddenly become a social butterfly. Not at all. Just be confident, be you, believing in yourself and in your abilities. It's within you. The potential to be confident might just be dormant right now, hidden inside you, but it's there. Often parts of it are revealed when you're in your comfortable space or environment. Perhaps when you are with a certain friend or in a certain environment, even if it's just you and the mirror. Start there. It helped me. Talking to myself helped me. This might sound weird to some of you, but it helped me. It helped me to boost my confidence. It did. You have to believe in yourself and believe that you can change, and you can, but you need to believe that. Let me just reiterate. It's not about becoming a social butterfly or the life of the party. It's about becoming confident in who you are. Nowadays, people know when I enter the room. They do. Let me put it to you this way. I used to walk into a room full of people and wonder if they like me. Now, I look around and wonder if I like them. So let me assure you that you are so much more than the shy person that you are right now. So much more. And secondly, you need to identify the triggers. Chances are you aren't shy in every situation in your life. You're probably okay when you are around those close to you, close friends or family. I played chess at school and I was pretty good at it. I went on to play provincial chess. We toured all over South Africa. I'm saying this to you because I realized that I was very comfortable around the people I played chess with. I loved the sport, and I guess the fact that I was good at it surely helped with my confidence. It helped me to realize that it's the different situations that I find myself in that makes me shy. Identifying your personal triggers can take time. For example, speaking in public, even if it was just in class, it was traumatic for me. So what I did, I made sure I was well prepared. Once again, the overthinking and analyzing stepped in. I would, in my mind, go through everything. It was almost like rehearsing and preparing for every possible scenario, almost like chess. So I was always aware, always prepared. Now, in the beginning, I was so scared that I would be asked a question. Although, I mean, the mere possibility of being asked was very stressful because of my shyness and my social anxiety. What was even worse is me not knowing the answer, to the possible question. So what I would do is always ensure that I would follow the teacher's train of thought throughout the class, trying to figure out where he or she is going next, things like that. It might sound like too much to you, but I did it, and eventually, like secretly, started to enjoy it. And as a bonus, I developed the ability to put myself into someone else's shoes. I mean, even what I'm doing right now is putting myself into your shoes. You're going through this challenge right now. It laid the foundation for me to be able to be compassionate, considerate, and kind, and understanding, and lots of other things as well. You should always ask yourself, how can I use what I'm going through right now to fuel my growth? It's important that you tell yourself the truth and be brutally honest with yourself, and make the decision to change, even if it is little baby steps. That's okay. And if you feel uncomfortable, well, that's good news, because growth takes place outside of our comfort zone. What you also need to be aware of is that although baby steps are good, sometimes you need to take that leap of faith. I remembered the serenity prayer that is commonly quoted as, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. So I had to accept that I will turn red in the face and the ears every time when asked a question in class, or when the spotlight was on me. I accepted it. It wasn't easy, but somehow I dealt with it. And what I want you to understand is that there is so much power and liberty in acceptance. It helped me. I wasn't confident to speak in the class or in front of people. So what I did, I listened to radio and mimic radio presenters. It helped me with my confidence. But because I listened mostly to English radio stations, guess what happened? I learned to speak English and think in English. It triggered in me the desire to be on radio. Now this happened at the heights of my insecurity and shyness and social anxiety. But I started dreaming of the impossible, started believing in myself, being rejected so many times and pushed aside. It was tough. You get angry at yourself at times, that's a fact. But the added bonus, and once again, I didn't realize it at the time, it taught me to be independent, to be okay with being alone, taught me to be okay with being by myself, being alone. And I later on realized that being alone has a power that very few people can handle. You got to desensitize yourself towards rejection and other people's opinions about you, their approvals. So many people are reliant on others' opinions about them. They draw their energy from others' approval and acknowledgements. I don't. To get others' approval is flattering, it's nice, but it doesn't affect me that much. I'm going to perform regardless. I'm confident in myself. And some people are very much intimidated by that. But that's their problem, it's not my problem. Another thing I did, I forced myself to approach strangers. Now I did this in, how can I call it, a controlled environment. Now on the farm where we stayed and the neighboring farms, there were seasonal workers. They would come from different parts of the country to come and work on these farms. Those years, farmers used to seriously exploit farm workers. There are still reports that this is happening to this day, sadly so, but that's not the point I'm making here. So what I would do is go talk to these farm workers and just general things like, where are they from, about their family life. They would ask me about the area, about shops and people, things like that. Some couldn't speak Afrikaans, my home language, so I would teach them, and they in turn would teach me their language. And somehow I wasn't shy, I was relaxed, perhaps because I had something to offer. I could add value to them. And of course, they reciprocated. And gradually, I became more confident speaking and approaching strangers. I could strike up a conversation with strangers. For me, that was a huge thing. Knowing that I could, it helped me immensely. Just after school, while studying, I started working in a restaurant. I didn't know anything about the hospitality industry. Nothing at all. It was quite challenging in the beginning because I didn't even know what a milkshake was. But that whole setup, it helped me immensely with my confidence. It broadened my horizons and opened up so many doors of opportunities for me. Now, was I shy when I started there? Of course I was. Did I wonder if I would be able to survive in the environment? For sure, I doubted myself. But I gave it a try, and despite the social anxiety, despite everything that I struggled with, I faced my fears head on. Why am I sharing this with you? Well, don't be too hard on yourself and take that leap of faith. Now, it won't miraculously disappear. I sometimes, even to this day, whenever self-doubt wants to creep in, I remind myself that I can overcome whatever obstacle is on my way. You've got to condition yourself and constantly remind yourself that you are worthy, you are confident, that you can do this. Another point I would like to bring across to you is there is value in listing down social situations where you feel most anxious and then conquer them one by one. I want you to think of these things as a shyness bucket list. Participate in small talk with strangers or work up a nerve to introduce yourself or even ask someone out. The more you avoid social interactions, the more your anxiety will fester. What you should do is act confidently and tell yourself that you have every reason to feel as confident as you can act. And what you can do is join a club or a sports team that gets you out in the community and engaging with other people. This will most definitely help you meet new people who share your same interest, and also you will conquer the fear of the unknown, which often comes along with extreme shyness, as I explained to you earlier. And remember to be kind to yourself. Don't beat yourself up if you find this process to be slow, because that will only delay your success and possibly tempt you to stop your efforts. What you should do in return is use it as motivation to keep going and not give up. At least you're making progress. Being able to watch your progress is a great way to stay motivated and keep going. And also, keep record of your successes. You will be amazed at your progress, which will help you to believe that overcoming shyness is definitely possible. The one thing I know for sure is you being able to watch your progress is a great way to stay motivated and keep going. And lastly, smile. Smiling is a nice way to acknowledge another person and a great way to start a conversation with anyone. You are showing to them that you are welcoming and friendly and willing to engage in conversation. We are inherently social. We are social creatures, and everyone is looking for some kind of interaction with other people. You're not disturbing them. You are actually making their day better by smiling and talking to someone. And that's exactly what I'm doing here. Did I disturb you? No, I didn't. Did I make your day better? I bet I did. So why don't you show me some love today by subscribing to my channel, by liking this video and sharing it, and leave me a comment in the comment section below. And subscribing to things. Firstly, as you know by now, it is absolutely free. It doesn't cost you a cent. And secondly, it is really easy. You can just click that subscriber button in the bottom right hand corner of your screen, and please remember to hit the all notifications, and that way you will be notified and you won't miss out whenever I upload new videos. I see you in the next episode. Stay blessed.